This is my mother country. Whatever comes in as a problem, those problems are brought in by us, the people in the country. But the country itself is good.
For the past few years, Uganda has played a major role in the fight against the AIDS epidemic. According to the locals, 30% of Uganda's men, women and children are infected by the HIV virus. Trying to stretch out a helping hand in such dire circumstances seems to be impractical and indeed almost impossible. Nevertheless, when we close in on the society and meet the men and women who live each day with that reality, we come to appreciate the number of self-reliant, devoted people eager to make a change and brighten the future for their own children. Uganda is located in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa and lies astride the equator. A region that is one of Africa's most strategic areas economically. Its neighboring countries are Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda and the Congo. VOLSET today is active mainly in Ntenjeru village, which is located in the Mukono district northeast of Kampala. In order to begin discussing VOLSET, you can't avoid Mr. Festus Bazira, who is the actual heart and soul of the organization.
My life story, I was born in 1957. I grew up in a humble family, which was community family in a village. My parents was so poor that they did not manage to take me to school, and I had to work my way out right from my childhood. I had sponsors who saw me through college, then worked in Kenya for 8 years as a teacher. I'm a qualified teacher, and joined Uganda Red Cross. I also worked a bit in Kenya Red Cross, and that's where I learned that's very important to work in the community and help those in need. The community, both here and in Elwero district, they look at me as part of them because I work within them, where we work together and solve problems together. So they feel I am the right person in their community, and I also appreciate their support when we're working together.
As part of his work in VOLSET, Festus took upon himself the enormous task of building a vocational training centre, which provides some response to those in need. The construction is taking place not far from Ntenjeru village and will also serve when finished as the main office for VOLSET.
In this place, we expect to have a workshop for mechanics, where we shall have carpentry, sewing machines, and we shall have knitting also. Our computer training will also be here. When they grow up, they will know what to do and then have a living.
Vocational center is important because it will assist these young boys and girls to bring them up so that in the future they can be self-reliant, and again it will make some earning, a little bit of earning, because the products which are made out of that can be marketable.
Getting funds for such a project is not at all an easy task, and it can take a long time to make the vision come to life. As we are being taken by Festus around the skeleton structure, we understand the effect that a delay of funds can cause.
The remaining part, before we can continue to do any other thing on it, is the roofing. And if it stays without being roofed for another maybe 3 to 4 months, the walls may be ruined. So it's very urgent that we get funding for this building.
Uganda is one of the world's poorest countries. The poor constitute 61% of Uganda's population. The 2007 UNAIDS report reveals that life expectancy is between 48 years for men and 51 for women. According to a local social leader, there are around 10 funerals on average each month in that sub-county alone. One day, a funeral of a 2-year-old girl was taking place in the vicinity of Ntenjeru village. There were about 5 more funerals that day in a radius of 10 kilometers.
We don't know very much where it came from. The scientists, they would have discovered the stopping of this and curing of this disease, but until now it is still on. But we think it will stop. We think the world will get the medicine to kill it, to kill these, germs.
I tested in 99. That's when I discovered that I'm HIV positive. I felt that was the end of my life. I was lonely, I was shocked after the test. I took well my drugs. In fact, that's why I look healthy and beautiful. This an organization which is called VOLSET. It has helped so many people who have been living HIV positive, to encourage them, counseling them. In fact, most of them, they have lived through this organization.